In this video, I'm going to show you some advanced techniques for installing the door armor security equipment. I have a few other videos that show you how to install all of this stuff, but in this video, I'm just going to give you specific examples that will show you what to do when the stuff doesn't fit. I am not affiliated with the Door Armor company in any way, but I get asked to install these products a lot. And I do think they're good products. I think their video explanations are horrible, and in most cases they do not fit. So I'm going to show you how to make them fit. I'm just going to focus on the jam shields and the latch shields. If you install the jam shield here on a fixed door of a set of double doors or on the jam of a single door, and you install the latch shields on the active door, if the doors are properly installed, these are not going to fit because you simply can't have that big a gap between your door. So here's what you do to solve that. You don't want to just move the door, especially with double doors, because one adjustment could lead to 10 other issues you then have to deal with. And you don't want to just shave the door with a planer, because then you have big gaps wherever the hardware is not installed. So here's the advanced technique, and it's just like mortising a hinge. Pull out the weather stripping if there is any, and we're going to mark the top and the bottom of the hardware. Now I'm going to clamp a piece of wood on here that's even with the astragal or with the door stop, and that will act as a fence. So now I can set the depth of my router to go just below, deep enough to accept the hardware. And after I traced the entire jam shield hardware, I just put my router right along the fence and the astragal, and I'm basically mortising the whole length of this hardware. And I move my clamps when I need to so that I can get the entire length of the jam shield. I use a chisel on the ends and the corners to make everything nice and clean and square. Then I remove my wood and clamps and see how it fits. Oh, come on. Look how beautiful that is. Perfectly flush, perfectly fit. That is awesome. And if you screwed anything up, router got away from you, just bring a little touch-up stain pen like this, dab it on there, and everything will blend in perfectly. Once everything's been fitted, you put in the provided 3-inch security screws, and this thing looks fantastic. And now with the latch shields installed, everything closes perfectly. There's no binding. The locks work. You've got full security. That's how you do it. That's next level, kids. But what if it still doesn't fit with that done? Don't worry, I got another next level tip for you. Sometimes you can't mortise for the jam shield like I just did, or even if you did mortise for the jam shield, when you put on the latch shields, it still won't close, or it closes too tight. Here's what you do. The latch shields aren't even 1/8 of an inch thick, and you can always move your locks about 1/8 of an inch. I took these locks off, and you can see there's room enough to move them, and even if I couldn't, you can always stick a 1-inch spade bit in there and just drill it a little, 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch to give you enough room to move that lock. So after you've taken everything out, you do have to mortise the bolts a little bit deeper, and they don't have to be perfect because they're going to be hidden. Once that's done, set your router to mortise the depth of the latch shield. And once you've done that, you can reinstall your bolts, then screw in your latch shields, and they will be flush with the door. And this will give you enough clearance so that nothing is binding or rubbing, and your doors will work perfectly, and the equipment will give you the security you desire.